Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Canto 1, Chapter 3, text number 2. Chapter is entitled Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So we will chant the shloka. Yasyambasi shayanasya yoga nidram vitanvatah nabi hridambuja asid Brahma Vishwasrajampati Yasyambasi Shayanasya Yoga Nidram Vitanvatah Nabhihridam Bhuja Asid Brahma Vishwasrajampati Yasyambasi Shayanasya Yoga Nidram Vitanvatah Nabhihridam Bhujadasid Brahma Vishwasrajampati. Yasyambasi Sayanasya Yoga Nidram Vitanvatah Nabhihridam Bhujadasid Brahma Vishwasrajampati. Yasyambasi Sayanasya Yoga Nidram Vitanvatah Nabhihridam Bhujadasid
ब्रह्मा विश्वासजापतिः
यस्यांबसी शयानस्य
योगनिद्रामितान्वतः नाभिमृताम्बुजादासीत् ब्रह्मा विश्वासजापतिः
यस्यांबसी शयानस्य
योगनिद्रामितान्वतः नाभिमृताम्बुजादासीत् ब्रह्मा विश्वासजापतिः
Mataji's.
यस्यांबसी शयानस्य
योगनिद्रामितान्वतः नाभिमृताम्बुजादासीत् ब्रह्मा विश्वासजापतिः
यस्यांबसी शयानस्य
योगनिद्रामितान्वतः नाभिमृताम्बुजादासीत् ब्रह्मा विश्वासजापतिः.
The word meaning Yasya, whose, Ambasi, in the water, Shayanasya, lying down, Yoga Nidram, sleeping in meditation, Vitanvataha, ministering, Nabi, navel, Hrida, out of the lake, Ambujad, from the lotus, Asit, was manifested, Brahma, the grandfather of the living beings, Vishwa, the universe, Shrijam, the engineers, Patihi, master. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: a part of the Purusha lies down within the water of the universe. From the navel lake of his body sprouts a lotus stem, and from the lotus flower atop the stem, Brahma, the master of all engineers in the universe, become manifest. Purport: the first Purusha is Karanadakshayi Vishnu. From his skin holes, innumerable universes have sprung up. In each and every universe, the Purusha enters as Garbhadakshayi Vishnu. He is lying within the half of the universe, which is full with the water of his body. And from the navel of Garbhadakshayi Vishnu has sprung the stem of the lotus flower, the birthplace of Brahma, who is the father of all living beings and the master of all demigods, engineers engaged in the perfect design and working of the universal order. Within the system of the lotus, there are 14 divisions of planetary systems, and the earthly planets are situated in the middle. Upwards, there are other better planetary systems, and the topmost system is Brahma Loka or Satya Loka. Downwards from the earthly planetary system, there are 7 lower planetary systems inhabited by the Asuras and similar other materialistic living beings. From Garbhadakshayi Vishnu, there is expansion of Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who is the collective Paramatma of all living beings. He is called Hari, and from him all incarnations within the universe are expanded. Therefore, the conclusion is that the Purusha Avatara is manifested in 3 features. First, the Karanadakshayi Vishnu, Karanadakshayi, who creates aggregate material ingredients in the Mahat Tattva. Second, Garbhadakshayi, who enters in each and every universe. And third is Chiradakshayi Vishnu, who is the Paramatma of every material object, organic or inorganic. One who knows these plenary features of the personality of Godhead knows Godhead properly. And thus the knower becomes freed from material conditions of birth, death, old age, and disease, as it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. In this shloka, the subject matter of Mahavishnu is summarized. The Mahavishnu lies down in some part of the spiritual sky by his own free will. Thus, he lies on the ocean of Karana, from where he glances over the material nature, and the Mahat Tattva is at once created. Thus, electrified by the power of the material nature, uh, power of the Lord, the material nature at once creates innumerable universes, just as in due course a tree decorates itself with innumerable grown fruits. The seed of the tree is sown by the cultivator, and the tree or creeper in the due course becomes manifested with so many fruits. Nothing can take place without a cause. The Karana ocean is therefore called the causal ocean. Karana means causal. We should not foolishly accept the atheistic theory of creation. The description of the atheist is given in the Bhagavad Gita. The atheist does not believe in the creator, but he cannot give a good theory to explain the creation. Material nature has no power to create without the power of Purusha, just as Prakriti or women cannot produce a child without connection of a Purusha or man. The Purusha impregnates and the Prakriti delivers. We should not expect milk from the fleshy bags on the neck of a goat, although they look like breastly nipples. Similarly, we should not expect any creative power from the material ingredients. We must believe in the power of the Purusha who impregnates Prakriti or nature. Because, huh? Because the Lord wished to lie down in meditation, the material energy created innumerable universes at once. In each of them, the Lord lay down, and thus all the planets and the different paraphernalias were created at once by the will of the Lord. The Lord has unlimited potencies, and thus he can act as he likes by perfectly planning. Although personally he has nothing to do, no one is greater than or equal to him. That is the verdict of the Vedas. ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्मिषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते येष गोपिका कान्तराधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So here, the source of or the creation is explained. So creation is explained. The subject is explained multiple times in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the second canto, in the third canto. In all these places, the subject of creation, repeatedly comes, and it is very essential, to know about this creation. All of you may know that how Jarasandha was killed, bifurcating. Why he has to be bifurcated? He was born like that. So in the same way, like, here we are in the material world. If we know the material world, how it is created, we can also, like, work the way out of this material world, right? So, and also, one of the key thing key problems that we actually have in the process of self-realization, in the process of Krishna consciousness, is that we are expected to be Krishna conscious all the time. So how can we be Krishna conscious if we are not able to see things of this world in connection with the Lord? So then it becomes difficult. So the creation, it actually draws its root from the Supreme Lord Vishnu. So whenever the creation topics come, so it brings about from the Purusha avatars, and from Purusha avatars, like how the various expansions of the Lord they handled, and from there how the demigods how they handle, and things like that. So now whenever we see a creation, now okay, this is done by Prestige Group, that is done by like different group of like people, L&T and stuff like that. So that's how much our creation we are able to look at. So but Bhagavatam gives a perspective that everything actually comes from the Supreme Lord. And no, we are expected to see things in Krishna conscious perspective, and only if we are able to see, we have to be Krishna conscious all the time. It is not a Krishna consciousness is not a part-time this one. We have to be Krishna conscious all the time. So that means whatever we are dealing with in this world, how to actually see in connection with Krishna has to be understood. So that is a very essential aspect. So for this, the root subject of how this material world is created is a very essential topic. And now we see that a part of the Purusha lies down within the water of the universe. Now so Purusha who lies down within the water of the universe is, so this is within the universe means immediately it is Garbhadakshaya Vishnu. So like a part of the Purusha means here it is referring to Karanadakshaya Vishnu. So the original Vishnu who is there. So from there, one expansion of the Karanadakshaya Vishnu, he actually enters into the universe and he lies down in the universal water. So what is the source of this universal water? Huh? So he himself perspires and he fills half of the universe with water. And in that in the universal water, he actually lies down, and then there is another body of water which is called as the Nabi Hrida. So Nabi Hrida is like the lake in the Nabi. So the Lord's Nabi itself is like a lake. From there a lotus flower actually comes out. So in fact, when Brahma was like, we will see that in the later cantos, when Brahma is trying to search out his source, what is his origin? He actually comes down in the stem and he's not able to see Vishnu. He just comes down in the stem and then he's able to find a body of water and he goes inside and swims across, and it's all within the Nabi of, like Garbhadaksha Vishnu. Right? So he spends a lot of time, still he is not able to find the source. So this, for this reason, there is one nice shloka that we often try to remember, is that Ata Shri Krishna Namadi Na Bhavet Grahyam Indre Sevon Mikehi Jivado Swayameva Spuratyada. So Shri Krishna Nama Adi, Nama Rupa Guna Leela of the Lord cannot be accessed by our own endeavor, by our own brute force. We will not be able to explore who is the Lord and how to understand him and things like that. So Brahma is a classical example. It's nothing, nobody else is there. If there is millions of people are there, and in that if you want to find a specific person, it is a difficult job. Here only Garbhadaksha Vishnu is there and Brahma is there, and Brahma is not able to see that one person who is existing. So that is how difficult it is to understand the Lord by our own endeavor. So that is why later in the 10th canto we will find a nice prayer by Lord Brahma. So he says that Jnane Prayasa Udapasya Namanta Eva Jivanti Sanmukaritam Bhavati Yavaka Sthane Sthita Shrutigatam Thanuvan Manobir Ye Prayase Ajita Jito Apita Strilokam. So like here he mentions that we need to give up the Jnana Prayasa or Karma Prayasa or whatever other Prayasa that we have or endeavors that we have to understand the Supreme Lord. So and then we have to come to the point of Bhakti. And Bhakti means it starts with Shravanam. Sthane Sthita Shrutigatam Thanuvan Manobir. So like in this world, to sit in one place and to hear and to give an oral reception to the transcendental sound vibration is a very, very difficult task. Like 16 rounds, all of us, we know like how much struggle is there. So if we can hear the names of the Lord clearly without any distraction, that is actually darshan of the Lord. It's actually a good level of advancement in Krishna consciousness. But it is not that easy. Also hearing about Bhagavatam and these things to give careful oral reception. So it is very, very difficult. It is not an easy task. Otherwise, like why so many people in this world are not coming to this Bhagavatam class. So like it is because it is a very difficult task. If there is some other task like in this material world, it's all fine. But then giving oral reception to the holy names of the Lord or to the descriptions of the Lord is very, very difficult task. Very difficult task. So that is why like the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is the starting of pure devotional service. The first 6 chapters, it discusses about the gradual progression in Krishna consciousness. And 7th chapter onwards, rapid progress in Krishna consciousness has been mentioned. And it starts with, what it starts with, 7th chapter, first sloka. What is the key thing? Tachrinu. Krishna mentions that, and then Prabhupada's highly quoted sloka. That 7.1 is the most quoted sloka of Prabhupada, and he often emphasizes on this point of Tachrinu. So, because in the Navavidha Bhakti also, Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Sparanam comes under the category of Bhagavata Vidhi, and rest of them comes under the category of Pancharatrika Vidhi, right? Rest of them means last 2 is very exalted, this ones. So, like out of the 7, the first 3 belongs to Bhagavata Vidhi and next 4 belongs to the Pancharatrika Vidhi. And Bhagavata Vidhi is very, very powerful, very powerful and super powerful. And it starts with Shravanam. Shravanam is the key aspect actually. So, now here we see that the Purusha, the original Purusha, that is Karanadakshay Vishnu. So this is also later explained in the purport. Why it is called Karana Udakashayi? Shai means to take rest, like to lie down, and Udaka means water, and Karana means, what is this one of meaning of this word Karana? Cause, like cause of everything. The whole material creation is caused by caused from that place. That's the place from where everything has come about. It's the origin, first starting place, founding place of the material world, you can say. So that is why Karana Udaka, that is the waters, from where the whole material creation, will be coming about. So, and the Vishnu who lies down in that ocean is called Karana Udakashayi, Vishnu. And so that Purusha, like he glances over the material creation. Material creation at that point in time, it's not creation, it's just the material substance that is there. So when Mahavishnu or Karanadakshay Vishnu, also called as Mahavishnu, so he glances over this like material energy, and he impregnates all the living entities. Living entities are part and parcel of Vishnu. He is the only source of all the living entities, and he impregnates the universe with all the living entities. Then the universe starts like functioning, means like next level of functioning actually starts. So then still the complete functioning doesn't happen. So then the Lord has to expand as Garbhadakshay Vishnu. So that is the part which is mentioned here. A part of Purusha lies down within the water of the universe. From the navel lake of his body sprouts a stem, and from the lotus flower atop the stem, Brahma, the master of all engineers in the universe, becomes manifest. So sometimes people may think that it is like quite a fantasy. It is, how can we believe such a thing, that such a gigantic personality was there, and from his navel lotus came and stuffs like that and all. So, but if we analyze the natural creation of this world, so everywhere this is the thing that is there. You see a big tree comes from a small seed, and then it comes about and with all its this ones, and naturally at various levels, you can actually see the same formation. So now, like you have what is that? The lotus flowers and trees and things like that we have seen. So that is there at that level. That formation is there. And later on, now the scientists have gone into the atomic structure of this one, atoms and things like that. So there also similar lotus kind of a structure only is there. Where central nucleus and things like that, and also so all those structure, if we see the very same structure in the like in the macro level and in the micro level, and also like whatever level that we are living in. So everywhere the very same structure is there. So, and it is very easy to understand in that way. So now because of the modern scientific advancement, we are made to think that missions and engineering is required for creation. So, but thousands of years went by like without all these missions and things like that. Still, the creation was there. So, this is a very important understanding that this should not be considered to be some imaginary stories. So, it is reality. This is how the creation actually has come about. And here it is also mentioned that atop of this stem, Brahma, the master of all the engineers, in the universe, become manifest. So there are many engineers are there. So many personalities like who actually orchestrates different regions of the creation, and all of them are the master of all these engineers is Brahma. So there is these engineers are called as Prajapatis, who create the population and who create the systems within this universe, and also like various devatas, like Indra Dev, Agni, Vayu, and different personalities are there. So all of them are essential engineers within this universe, and Brahma is the master of all of them. So like this is the picture that is given, and in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains the first Purusha is Karanadakshay Vishnu, so that we discussed in detail, and from his skin holes innumerable universes have sprung up. In each and every universe, the Purusha enters as Garbhadakshay Vishnu. So this is in our Brahma Samhita, we have this nice shloka, which talks about this innumerable universes comes from Mahavishnu. Yashaika Nishvashita Kalam Atavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadandanata Vishnur Mahan Saiha Yashakala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Vishnur Mahan, so Mahavishnu, it has been described. And from him comes this Garbhadaksha Vishnu. He is lying within the half of the universe, which is half filled with water, which has come from his own body. And from the navel of Garbhadaksha Vishnu has sprung the stem of lotus flower, the birthplace of Brahma, who's the father of all living beings and the master of all demigods, demigod engineers engaged in perfect design and working of the universal order. So if we see this universe, so this universe is a perfect design, and there is perfect order is there in this universe. So this is something that we can actually explore. So sun rises on specific time and sets on a specific time. The seasons come and go on a specific time, right? So the seasons come on a specific time. So and every action of this universe is calculatable. In fact, it is so calculatable that we can put calendars, and we can put science books based on that. So because the actions of this world is predictable, quite predictable. So that is why it is very systematic. And we see that if you put a mango seed, you will get only mango tree. If you put a different kind of a seed, you will get that kind of a tree. So in this way, everything is predictable. There is a lot of predictable science behind this one. So one immediate question that comes is, if there is an order, if there is some something going on very nicely, so that means there is a big management behind. If there is something chaotic is happening somewhere, so what will we say? Mismanagement is happening, koi dekhne wala nahi hai, and things like that. And something is going on in order, so immediately the question that should come is, who's managing it? There is some amazing management is happening there, right? So that is the point here. So everything is in this universal order is perfect design, and it is working in a very perfect way. And within the stem of the lotus, there are 14 divisions of planetary systems, and earthly planets are situated in the middle, right? So there are 14 planetary systems are there. So this is Garbhadaksha Vishnu lying down in the half of the universe, half filled with water, and in the top of the universe is the Satyaloka, which is the top of the lotus flower. So in between is the stem that is there. So in the stem, the 14 planetary systems are situated, and so in the middle of them is earthly planet. So middle 3 planetary systems are very importantly noted. So below planetary systems are one category, and middle 3 are one category, and the above planetary systems are another category. So why is this division? So this division is where the sun rays cater to. No, the sun rays actually caters to the middle three planetary systems. Below, they are called as Patala. Patala means, what is the meaning of the word Patala? No, hellish, not hellish planets. Patala means tunnel, right? So it is tunnel. It's tunnel-based planets. No, these are all. And hellish planets come below the 14 planetary systems. No, it is not. The 14 planetary systems are called as Bilva Swarga, means subterranean heavenly planets. That's the heading Prabhupada gives to that, this one. So subterranean heavenly planets, because they also have amazing this one. In the top, in the heavenly planets in the upper regions, they have subtle sense gratification, and the heavenly planets in the lower region, they have gross sense gratification. So in fact, science and technology comes from the Patala Loka. So in Kali Yuga, that is what is like prominently there. So it actually comes from the Patala Loka. In fact, when during Mahabharat, this one, there is at one point in time, like the Pandavas were sent to exile, and then the Kauravas, so they want to show off to the Pandavas. You see, like, you have lost all the kingdom, you don't have anything, and see how we are enjoying. So they set up a camp on the other side of the river. The Pandavas are living on one side of the river, and these Kauravas set up a camp on the other side of the river, and they have amazing sense gratification happening there, and they are like teasing the Pandavas and things like that and all. And Bhima is getting angry, like, no, we should just catch this guy and finish him off. No, this guy is going too much. So then, like, our what is that? Duryodhana and Karna and all those people. So they are fully drunk, and at the time, they are taking pleasure in that river, and that river, that particular spot or something like that, is meant for some devatas to Gandharvas to enjoy. So there is a war between the Gandharvas and the Kauravas, and these people are badly beaten up. So then Yudhishthira Maharaj says, like, no, you people go. No, he tells to Bhima and Arjuna that you people should go and help. No, our brothers are in difficulty. What our brothers? No, these people have come to tease us. At least somebody is beating them up. No, it is good. You are not allowing us to beat. At least somebody is beating. No, it is good. So then Yudhishthira says, no, they are our brothers. No, you should not do like that. So whatever may be, we should do. They are not doing their duty. It doesn't mean that we also should not do our duty. Our brothers are in like difficulty, so we should go and help them. So then these two people go and they save Duryodhana. After that, Duryodhana feels very, very bad, very disgusted. I am going to live a life which has been given as a bhiksha to me by the Pandavas, my enemy. So why should I maintain my life? And he wanted to go and commit suicide. So when he was about to commit suicide, so some representatives from the Patal Loka come, and then they tell that, see, you don't give up your life like this. You are not just Duryodhana, you are representative of the entire negative force. The Pandavas are supported by the Devatas, and you are supported by we people. Like, we are from the lower planetary system, and we are the demons, and we are like you are our representative. We have to do so many things through you, and you are just carelessly, uselessly, like, you are going to give up your body. And this is the reason when like in the Sabha, many times this discussion comes. Like, it is very, very difficult to handle the power of the Pandavas, Bhima and Arjuna and all this one. And it is also like the Lord is supporting them, and so many different parameters. Actually, Bhishma Dev, he brings about these points again and again. So, but then Duryodhana is telling that no, it doesn't matter. No, I'm alone is sufficient. Or no, Karna is there and this is there. But internally, he is thinking that no, I have a big force behind me. So many people are going to support me and things like that. So he has that idea. So that is this one. So the lower planetary systems, there resides this demon, this Maya Danava, and all these personalities. So they actually reside over there. So this is considered to be a kind of a swarga, so which is gross swarga, which is a place of sense gratification. So, but it is very grossly conducted. So that is the position of the lower planetary system. And the middle planetary system is in the Gayatri Mantra also it is glorified, Bhu, Bhuvar and Swarga. So these are the three places. So Savita, or the sun, actually exerts its influence. The upper planetary systems are self-effulgent. No, they don't require sun's support. And lower planetary systems, no, sun rays doesn't reach because they are within the tunnels. No, so they sun rays doesn't reach there. So in this way, like there are three divisions, no, of planetary systems are there. So the middle is Earth planetary systems, no, like which is comprising of all these three, no, which is put together. And then upwards, there are other better planetary system, and the topmost system is called Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. See, Urdhvam Gachanti Sattvastha. No, that is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. No, who goes to the higher planetary systems? So it is just like no, here also in Bangalore we have different kinds of accommodation is there. You know, some posh societies are there, and then some like middle class societies are there, and then no, we have no very poor people also living in Bangalore. So what decides no their residence in these different places? So their income decides. In the same way here, so the modes of nature decides which planetary system the person will go to. So if a person is predominantly in the mode of goodness, he goes to upper planetary systems. And if he is predominantly in the mode of passion, madhye tishtanti rajasa, and then jaganna guna vittisto adho gachanti tamasa. So like the people with mode of ignorance, they go to lower planetary systems, and people with mode of goodness, they go to higher planetary system. And passionate people live in the middle planetary system. So this is the gradation that is there based on what kind of gunas that we actually acquire. Accordingly, we will go to some different kinds of planetary system. And if we go to this one, planets which are predominated by sattva guna, so then the activities also will be like that, and the overall situation also will be peaceful and things like that. So now if we come to this material world, or if we come to this bhuloka and then ask why there is no peace and prosperity, why there is all the time there is some or other havoc that is happening and things like that. So because you subscribe to this and you came here, and this is what you can expect, right? And similar kind of people have come, like you, and this is what you all can combinedly produce, right? So if we go to the higher planetary system, if we cultivate the mode of goodness, so then we go to higher planetary system. If we cultivate Krishna Bhakti, then we go to the Vaikuntha Loka or Goloka Vrindavan. So all choices are there. So whatever we invest time upon, so that is what we will become, right? So that is why, like, we strongly recommend that devotees plan their retirement from the passionate software industry or whatever industry is there, right? So because that is also sadhana, that is also part of sadhana. So some part of sadhana you are doing 16 rounds, chanting, like reading and things like that. And some other part of sadhana is you go and associate with passionate people, so like so whatever you associate with, you will become like that. And if you keep on associating with them, you'll ensure that you'll stay in this world. Again and again, birth after birth, you will stay in this world. So that is why we should see that, like as soon as possible, if anybody is offering VRS or something like that, you should be the first one to accept. I was looking for it. Thank you very much. So we should dedicate more time for the angas of bhakti, because that sadhana will take us to the higher realms. Whatever sadhana we perform, so that is what we will attain. Sadhana is not just few hours. So in Vedic perspective, or in the scriptural perspective, any sadhana is counted as 24 hours. 24 hours as a package is counted. So in that, what you are doing, that is very, very essential. So it is not few hours of sadhana doesn't make much of difference. Like what all packages, like authorized packages are there. One is that full time, you do only devotional service. That package is there. Second package is you do devotional service to maximum extent of time, like almost 50% of your time, and rest of the time you engage in dharmic activities. Dharmic activities means like no underhand dealings, no falsity, and no this ones. So like dharmic activities must be there. And the third package is okay, little bit of devotional service and rest of the time in dharmic activities. So like the whole thing, if somebody like executes devotional service for 3-4 hours, say, and then later on in the day, okay, like hook or crook, I have to make my livelihood, so I can tell some lies, I can impersonate some things, or I can do some cheating and things like that. So then this devotion that is performed for a small period of time will lose its effect. No, the devotional service will lose its effect. So 24 hours as a package, no, like dharmic activities are like what do you say? It doesn't make any difference in your spiritual progress, and it doesn't drag you down to the material, drag you down to the lowest. This one also, it doesn't regress your devotional service, or it doesn't help you to make progress in devotional service. It is just a neutral thing. No, dharmic activities are like neutral thing, right? So how much ever devotion you are able to perform, you should perform, and rest of the time should be kept neutral. If adharma is practiced, then it will become negative. No, positive is devotional service, and adharma is negative. No, and dharmic activity is like neutral. So if we cannot do positive, at least we should do neutral. No, we should not go negative, right? So that's a very, very important thing. So we should see that this the better planetary systems are there in this material world also, and no, but we are all aiming for somehow or other to reach the spiritual planets, and that requires the devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Now, this is very clear equation. If you perform karma yoga, you get better material facility. But if you perform karma yoga in a detached way, you develop jnana. No, jnana means like you achieve liberation. No, that much the karma yoga can produce. And if you perform jnana yoga, so you will get liberation. And if you perform dhyana yoga, you will get paramatma realization. And if you get bhakti, so then you get the entrance into the spiritual world. This is the clear demarcation. And bhakti means what? Bhakti means shravanam, kirtanam, smaranam, and things like that. This is called bhakti. Right? So, it also matters like how much time we devote for the angas of bhakti. That determines our progress in, or that determines like where we will actually go. So now it's just like very simple. If I study BCom and CA and stuffs like that, I'll get job accordingly. If I study science and computers and things like that, I'll get job accordingly. I cannot expect vice versa. So I study some accounting and I want a a technical job. It is not possible. So in the same way, if I perform bhakti, I will get the results of bhakti. If I perform karma, I will get the results of karma. So whatever I perform, I will get results according to that. So, okay. So downwards from the earthly planetary system, there are 7 lower planetary systems inhabited by the asuras or similar other materialistic living beings. It is like, it is not a hellish planets. It is Bilva Sorga. It is like heights of material progress. Heights of progress in science and technology. What we have in Kali Yuga, like a little bit of scientific advancement, it is nothing in front of the lower planetary systems. They are like geeks and pro in this thing. So then, from Garbhadaksha Vishnu, there is expansion of Shiradaksha Vishnu, who is the collective Paramatma of all living beings. He is called Hari, and from him, all incarnations within the universe are expanded. So this is the third incarnation. So Shiradaksha Vishnu, as the name suggests, Shira Udaka, he rests in the Milk Ocean, and Milk Ocean is there in the region of Pole Star, Dhruva Nakshatra. So, and the Shiradaksha Vishnu stays there, and he is the same personality who expands as Paramatma in every single living entity's heart. Right? And then, therefore, the conclusion is that the Purusha avatar is manifested in 3 features. First, the Karanadakshayi, who creates aggregate material ingredients in the Mahatattva, and second is Garbhadakshayi, who enters in each and every universe, and third is Shiradakshayi, who is the Paramatma of every material object, organic or inorganic. So this is, we see that the Paramatma is not just present in the heart of the living entities, he is also present in the core of every atom that exists. So in fact, the scientists keep making analysis that how is the atoms and molecular bonding and all these things, how is it actually happening? So how this action is happening at that level, where the energy is produced for that. So it is produced from the Supreme Lord, Shiradaksha Vishnu, the Paramatma. So one who knows these plenary features of the personality of Godhead knows Godhead properly. and thus the knower becomes freed from material conditions of birth, death, old age, and disease, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. So, what is this plenary features? Plenary means what? Plenary. Yeah, plenary means completes. No, plenary means complete. So it's a complete expansion of the Lord. No, so one who knows these plenary features of the personality of Godhead knows Godhead properly. No, so how the Lord functions and how He actually creates this world. So that is a very important thing. And it is mentioned that the knower of these three Purushas, so they know the Supreme Lord, and so by knowing this, one will escape from the birth, death, old age, and disease. No, and it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. So where it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, knowing Purusha avatars, no, like you will no get free from birth, death, old age, and disease. Janma karma chame divyam. So that is applicable for Krishna, and that is applicable for the Purusha avatars also. No, he is appearing. Now, how does he appear? Like within the universe, and how does he create this universe, and how does he conduct this universe? So all these things are very essential. No, if we don't understand these things, sometimes devotees also have this one. He like, no, I have done so much of devotion to Lord, but no, Lord cheated me. No, so means what? What does it mean? Huh? That means the Lord is having the propensity to cheat. No, I have propensity to cheat, and the Lord also has propensity to cheat. And no, it is not Janma Karma Chame Divyam. No, it is also Bhautikam only. No, it is also, no, it is not, the Lord's activities are not transcendental. So when situation arises, I also cheat people. And when situation arises, he also cheats. No, Lord also cheats people. So then what is the great thing about worshipping him? Like he is also one amongst us, like he is also a cheater, and he is also like, he is also covered by the modes of nature and things like that. So that is where the whole this one is. He deals with material elements. He creates this material world, and he functions. He makes the whole material world function, but he is not touched by the material modes of nature. No, he is not affected by the material modes of nature, right? So now we see that during Corona also, so many doctors, they were treating the patients. So, but they were not touched by the disease, because they were wearing the mask and this and that and all these things. So, and they were operating on the patients, right? So, in the similar way, we see that Lord doesn't need a mask. No, he's like naturally, like he's immune to all these things. So, how the Lord is immune? No, even though he is the creator of the material world, but still he is not touched by the material modes of nature. He is not touched by the material qualities. He is not affected by the material qualities. It's very important to understand. For us, what is the rule? If we come in contact with the material nature, no karanam guna sangasya, what happens? We get affected by the material nature. No, it's just like an infection. No, if you go to an infected area, it will affect. No, so one time I had gone to one of my relatives' home, and they were having this TV serial was going on, and all this what is that very ugly fights and things like that. Family fights were going on in the serial, and I was telling, like, why are you watching all these things? No, you will get affected by that. And no, my relative told that, no, I will not get affected, it's just entertainment. No, you don't have a choice, you will get affected, because whatever you associate with, you have to get affected. Just like no, you cannot say that, no, if there is no malaria fever is going on and virus is there, so without mask and without any protection, no, I just go in the place where the patients are there, and then I will not get affected. How is it possible? I'm just visiting the hospital as an entertainment. No, I will not get affected. No, you don't have a choice. You will get affected. So in the same way, the modes of material nature, no, we don't have a choice. If we get exposed to the modes of material nature, we must be affected. No, so that is this one. But the Lord, he is the creator of the material nature, and he puts it into action. He does all the engineering, everything he does, but not at all affected. No, because he's the master of everything. So it is some of the examples that are given us, that traffic police is the has the in charge to regulate the traffic rules and things like that. And if we go in a wrong way, it is a fault. But if traffic police goes in wrong way, it is not fault, because he has the authority to do that. So we are bound by the rules and regulations of material nature, but the Lord is not. No, so the Lord is not bound by the rules and regulations, and we see that like many examples are there, like of uh, prisoners are there, and then some during some big festivals or big events and things like that. So some politicians go to the prison, and then they distribute some sweets and things like that. So one should not think he's also gone inside the jail, like bound by the rules and regulations of the jail. So more perfect example is in this case is mental asylum, and some big person is going to the mental asylum to see the mental people, and then all the mental people are discussing, what has happened, somebody has come, oh ek aur pagal aa gaya andar. So for they are mad, and they think everybody who comes there is mad only. So in that way, like when Lord also comes inside, we also think, oh, he also must be cheating, he also must be favoring people, like he also must be moved by, if I give some, what is that, like usko maska lagayenge to like kaam ban jayega, so like that. So but that is not the way the Lord works. The Lord is completely free from all these things. This is very essential. And how does he work in this material world? The moment we understand these things properly in truth, so then one will get freed from birth, death, old age and disease, because he is able to understand the transcendental nature of the Lord. Now, again, we will recollect this shloka. Atashri Krishna Namadi Nabhaved Grahyam Indriye Sevonmukhehi Jevado Swayameva Spuratyada. It is not possible for one to understand the transcendental nature of the Lord. So, if at all he understands, that means he's been blessed upon by the Lord. Only by the special blessings of the Lord one can understand the transcendental nature of the Lord. Otherwise, common people, what they will say, like, they will have a human-like understanding of the Lord. So they will not be able to understand the Lord as a transcendental person, right? So the Mahavishnu lies down in some part of the spiritual sky by his own free will. Thus he lies on the ocean of Karana, from where he glances over the material nature, and Mahat Tattva is at once created. So thus electrified by the power of the Lord, the material nature at once creates innumerable universes. Just as in due course, a tree decorates itself with innumerable grown fruits. So this is a very nice point that is mentioned. So much of variety that we see in this material world, so much of creation has happened. And how is it all happening? So there are different logics that are there. So one logic is the atheistic logic. The atheistic logic is it doesn't have any reason. Somehow the chemicals have come together and things like that, and it has come about. So that is the atheistic reason. And in the theistic reason, there are different understandings are there. One is Shakti. Like the one category of people are called Shaktas, and another category of people are called there is again different categories. The total 5 categories are mentioned, and based on this, like we have in the Vedas, we have the Agamas also. The Shaktas have their own Agamas, so they believe that this material nature, the nature itself is very powerful. The Shakti itself is very powerful, and it creates and it maintains and things like that, right? So that is one understanding. So that is the worshippers of Durga Devi, Shakti, Shakti Upasana. So they do. So like they don't. So material scientists, they're like what they do. They think that this material nature is something wonderful. I can exploit this material nature. That is materialism. And the Shaktas, what they understand, oh, material nature is beyond my control. I should worship the material nature. So if I want something in the material nature, I should worship the material nature. I cannot think of exploiting the material nature. So that is the understanding of Shaktas. So then after that comes this, I think Ganapatyas, then Shaurashtra, then after that Shaiva and Vaishnava, like this different kinds of understanding of controllership comes. Like Ganapati is one level of controller, and the Surya Dev is another level of controller. And then like Lord Shiva is the controller of entire material creation, and Lord Vishnu is the controller of entire material and spiritual creation. So different levels of controllership is being discussed in the scriptures. And those who understand the philosophy at that level, they are also given different agamas, Shaiva agamas and Vaikanasa agamas, and different kinds of rules and regulations of worship is also given. So philosophy and the method of worship, all these things goes as a package. So now we see that we comes under the category of the Vaishnava Siddhanta, and we understand when we study, we understand like everything is come from the Vishnu. So like our understanding of creation starts from Vishnu, right? So when Shaivas, when they study from the creation from the point of Lord Shiva, no? So now Mahavishnu glances over the material nature and the creation starts. The glance of Mahavishnu is where the glance of Mahavishnu itself is called as the Shambhu Tattva. So Lord Shiva actually comes, and the Shaivas study the creation from there, from that point. No, so the Vaishnavas study the creation right from the Vishnu, and Shaivas study the creation from that point, like from the point of Lord Shiva. So from there, if you analyze, it will appear that Shiva is the creator of entire material creation. That's also correct. No, that's also perfectly correct. But then beyond that, also there is some truth is there. No, so like that. So now, if you ask, who has built PLH Prestige Group? No, okay. Before that, Lord has created the earth, water, fire, air, ether, and things like that. And based on that, these people have created. And so like that, we need to have like this one. And always, all these creators have some previous creators involved. And only for Krishna it is mentioned, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. So there is no further Adi, for that person. That kind of a creation, the original creation comes from Vishnu. So the Vaishnavas study the creation from that point onwards. No, they don't study from the intermediate point. They study creation from the original source. And the Lord actually creates, glances over this material nature, and then he creates, and all this wonderful growth that actually comes about in this material world. Behind that, there is spirit, the supreme spirit, the Purusha. His hand is actually involved. Without that, it is not possible for us to create. The atheistic understanding is no Purusha is involved. Everything is just by permutation and combination. It has just come about. But then the Vaishnava way of understanding is it is all because of the Leela of the Lord. The Lord has willed that creation may happen. The Lord has permitted this creation to happen. So that is how this creation is happening. So now there is a nice example of this one is given, that the goats have nipple like kind of this one's in the neck, but that doesn't produce any milk. So in the same way, the matter in itself doesn't produce anything. Because the living entity is there, and because the Supreme Lord as Paramatma is there, that's how all the development is happening. Without the Supreme Lord and without the living entity, there is no development that can actually happen. Right? So this material development, we know that it is happening because of the the materialistic theory. One of the theory is, if you strongly desire something, definitely it will happen. It is all based on willpower. There is one philosophy like that. It is there. So is it true? Okay, it is. This philosophy is true or false? Willpower will create everything. So it is partially true. Like there are 5 factors of action described in Bhagavad Gita. Adhishtanam, Tata Karta, Karanam cha Pratak Vidam, Vividam sa Pratak Cheshta, Daivam Chevetra Panchamam. So 5 factors. There are many factors are there. Sometimes they are grouped together in different ways. So sometimes they are differentiated and mentioned. So Adhishtanam means the place, the place of existence, the field of activity. And then Karta is the soul or my desire, different kinds of desires, that I may have. So like Adhishtanam, Tata Karta, Karanam means different kinds of senses, the kind of body that I've got. So if I've got a body of a dog, I will think that where will I get my food? And I'll search in the street. If I get the body of a human being, I will go and apply job in the software companies. My endeavors will differ, based on the kind of senses that I've got, kind of body that I've got. So, and then Pratak Cheshta, different kinds of endeavors that I do. The willpower and things like that actually comes from the Cheshta, and then this one Karta, his desire. So these 2 things, it actually comes from. And then finally, Daivam, the Lord has to sanction. Right? So all these 5 factors put together, the action actually happens. So just like in any organization, if any bill has to be passed, so many people have to approve, and finally the bill gets passed. So it is combined action of all the people. If that particular action is wrong, who all are responsible for that? Every person who has approved that particular action all of them become responsible, right? So that is the whole purpose of approval system. In the same way here also we see that all the people, all the factors which are there has to be taken into consideration. So the materialistic world is also running in this way, that any endeavor has to happen, so it has to be sanctioned by the Lord. So on what basis the Lord sanctions? Based on our karma. So now people think that if somebody has become very successful, so we will take the success story from them, and then books and all get published, and we will follow the steps exactly. Beyond the steps, there is karma of that person is there. No, that also has to be taken into account. No, without that karma of the person, you just simply follow the steps and you will not get the result. It means the equation is followed, only partial equation is followed. The full equation is not followed. The scriptures say, if you perform punya, so you will get good results. If you perform sin, you will get results according to that. So in that way, the devotees, they see that forget about all these steps. If we keep on performing punya, again and again and again, so then the future is really very wonderful. It's like somebody is keep on investing. Everything that he gets, he keeps on investing. So then he will get a big returns in the future. In the same way, we should see that our chanting, our attending of the satsang, and then studying of scriptures and doing devotional service, these are all great investment, great investment for the next destination that we want to go. So otherwise, this investment, the time, as this one we saw, that the time invested in Krishna consciousness, our various devotional services, so that time is it will help us to go to the Vaikuntha Loka, right? And then the time invested in our material work, so that will, if you do dharmically, that will help you to maintain your status quo, neutral. And then if you engage that in adharmic way, it will help you to go down. So that is this one. So now, intelligent people who wants to for sure want to attain the lotus feet of the Lord, they will try to maximize the time of devotional service, right? So without disturbing the balance of the situation, so they try to maximize the time that is spent in the devotional service. And the less time spent in devotional service means what? It is like a very powerful medicine you take, and then you dilute it with water, and then you drink. So then it will have only that much of power. And if you take a powerful medicine and then 90% you put the medicine and 10% you put water, it will have its effect. And you put 100% only that medicine, so then the medicine has superpower actually. So one time it so happened, I had some when I was very young, I had some skin infection, and I was going to some homeopathic doctor, and he was giving so many different medicines, and it was getting cured a little bit, and then it will again progress and regress and things like that. So then one time he also got frustrated. He took the concentrated medicine and put in the mouth and calculated risk, So it was so powerful. It everything was burning like anything, and within short time the disease got cured. He knows, he's an expert physician. He knows that concentrated medicine has its power. It cures the disease very, very fast. And then diluted medicine, it gradually cures. So that is how the thing is, that if we follow the dharmic life of this one, so that is the placeholder, or that is a neutral placeholder. We must practice the dharmic life, and we should try to see how to maximize our bhakti in our life. So as much as we maximize the bhakti, that much we will actually get benefited. And so this investment, so we should actually consider this as a great investment. Even in the bhakti, like in the Srirangam Yatra, we discussed this point. Even in the bhakti, there is 64 angas of bhakti is there. So Bhajaner Madhya Shrestha Navavida Bhakti. So amongst that 64 angas, the Navavida Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam, this is considered to be very powerful. And even amongst them, the Panchanga Bhakti is considered to be even more powerful. Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtan, Bhagavata Shravan, Mathura Vasa, Srimurtir Shraddhaya Sevan. Right? So even amongst them, the most powerful is considered to be the Nam Sankirtan. And Nam Sankirtan, the Acharyas have given two understandings of the Sankirtan. One is the chanting of the names of the Lord, or Sankirtan means like glorification of the Lord, complete glorification of the Lord. So recitation of Bhagavatam is complete glorification of the Lord. Chanting the names is complete glorification of the Lord. Singing in the Kirtan is complete glorification of the Lord. And also our Acharyas have given that recorded Kirtan, recorded Kirtan in the form of books, like, which is given by the Acharyas. So when we try to distribute these books, this also comes under the category of the high power devotional service. It's like when you put investment, like, you see the safety and you also see the returns, how much returns you get. So this is the calculation of returns. If you do material activity dharmically, return is 0. Adharma, if you perform, return is negative. And devotional service, if you perform, you start getting some percentage of interest. And in devotional service, like, now with the bhakti, if you perform, probably you will get some, like, instead of normal 3% bank interest, you will get some 6-7% interest. Panchanga bhakti is like maybe some 8-9% of interest. And Nam Sankirtan, if we spend, that means what? The whole time, the 24 hours, how much of time you spend in these things, that's what it matters. So whole time is spent on single anga of, like Sankirtan. So then it becomes like, 14%, 20%, 24% interest, like that. So it is very, very powerful. We cannot just imagine the power of, this thing. So that is why our acharyas have given this. Whatever our acharyas have given, whatever Srila Prabhupada has given, they have given the high power dose. Because in Kali Yuga, normal dose doesn't work only. So because the fever is so high, high power dose has to be given. So they have given this chanting, they have given Bhagavatam, they have given all this programs in such a way, and then they have given this book distribution. So this is all because to operate on our disease. We are diseased and we need a very high power medicine. And the acharyas give these medicines. And so any creation anywhere that is happening, we should immediately understand behind that the hand of the Lord is there. So it is not just Prestige and L&T is building. The Lord is also having his hand in that. So similarly, we should not expect any creative power from the material ingredients. We must believe in the power of the Purusha who impregnates Prakriti or nature. Because Lord wishes to lie down in meditation. The material energy created innumerable universes at once. In each of them, the Lord lay down, and thus all the planets and different paraphernalia was created at once by the will of the Lord. So all of us appreciate, so like nice, wonderful sceneries are there, wonderful natural places are there, and like many people go on holidays, to very beautiful places. So imagine this world is nothing but very, very like third grade kind of beauties that are there. Heavenly planets is having like really amazing beauties, and even more than that, the higher planetary systems have really amazing things. And this is what the Lord could create when sleeping. And you can imagine the spiritual world, which he has created in his full wakefulness. What kind of beauty will be there in that? So we should all aspire to go back to the spiritual world, and the price that we have to pay for that is, so we have to practice the angas of bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, and things like that. So that when we do diligently, we will be able to go to the spiritual world. And because the Lord wished to lie down in meditation, the material energy created innumerable universes at once. In each of them, the Lord lay down, and thus all the planets and different paraphernalia were created at once by the will of the Lord. The Lord has unlimited potencies, and thus he can act as he likes by perfect planning. Although personally he has nothing to do, natasya karyam, karanam cha vidyate. So no one is greater than him, nacha sama adhikascha drishyate. So no one is greater than or equal to him, and this is the verdict of the Vedas, right? So here, we have discussed this purport in detail. So any questions, comments, we can take. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Your name, Prabhu? Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. In the 14 planetary systems, the Swarga planet is not mentioned, right? So above Earth, we have Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka, right? So Swargaloka, where it comes?
Swargaloka is part of 14 planetary system. So in the top, from the top, if you count, so Earth is the, like, in the top 7, Earth is the 7th, and below that there is 7 planetary systems are there. The 6th in number is Bhuvarloka, and 5th in number is Swargaloka. Bhuvar and Swarga is the middle 3 planetary systems.
Okay. And you mentioned that the lower planetary systems have got more sophisticated measures, right? So how to understand this? So means that the mode of passion is actually degrading. So in today's world, even in scientific forums, we have this AI and all that. So that means this is also a demonic in nature because this is
Yes,
highly
yes.
passionate.
Yes, yes, it is there. It is demonic in nature. See, when only difference is when you go to the higher planetary systems, all this 14 planetary system is designed for sense gratification or better material facilities. So the facilities, the material facilities will gradually improve on the subtle plane in the upper planetary system and will be more grosser in the lower planetary system. So that's the difference. So, but no, all these places are like places of no sense gratification, and especially in this whole scheme, the Bharatavarsha or this earthly planet, this is the place where people who want to actually seriously want to go back to Godhead, so they come here to practice Krishna consciousness. That's the primary purpose of this earthly planet. And in the earthly plane also there are many other planets which are there, so which is discussed in the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, which is also described as good as heavenly planets. So only in this earth that we are in, so where it is optimized for Krishna consciousness. So in fact, in the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, the description of various places of Jambudvip is mentioned. So every place, if you see, it is fine-tuned for one kind of sense gratification. Every place, even in the Bhumandala, every place is fine-tuned for some sense gratification. But the Earth planet is fine-tuned for tapasya. This is the only place of tapasya, and that is why this is an area of tapasya. You have come here. If you try to do anything else apart from tapasya, you will be frustrated. Because this place is designed for tapasya. So like that is the whole this one. So this Bharatavarsha, especially this the Indian subcontinent. So like as such the whole planet, but the Indian subcontinent in specific, it is a place designed for tapasya. So anybody who wants to perform tapasya, he'll be happy, super happy. Anybody wants to enjoy here. So people used to come to here. Like even materialistic people also would like to come here in the Vedic times. But for what purpose? They want to execute tapasya and go to heaven and enjoy. So enjoying here means it's a very faltu proposal actually. So then nobody would make a plan to enjoy here. So this is a place to earn credits. It's like place to earn credits like that.
So my point is true that a lot of senior Prabhupada disciples also these days propagate that our God brothers and disciples, they should basically do PhD and all that and then learn a lot. So I think this is something which is not in line with what Prabhupada has mentioned, right? And this is something which you have to be very cautious while preaching. Do you think?
Yes, like we have to present Krishna consciousness as it is, as Srila Prabhupada wanted. So, like we can see that Prabhupada was he wanting to present the philosophy as it is. That is the key principle that we have to follow. So I don't know about like what is the rationale behind what is the other things that are happening. At least we are convinced that whatever Krishna consciousness is presented in the scriptures, as given by the Acharya, so we have to propagate that particular thing.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, it was such a nice material session and Prasad and Sattva. Prabhuji, I have a question. You mentioned that there are some activities, like dharmic activities, which has no effect, like it's neutral.
Spiritually neutral.
Spiritually neutral. So Prabhuji, are those activities which are as per scriptures, like what are those activities?
Yeah, dharmic activities are as per scriptures. So dharmic activity means like we see that adharmic activities means completely against scriptures. And in the bracket of dharma, it comes, what all comes is karma, jnana, and bhakti. These are the three discrete things that comes, right? So the karma means the basic dharmic activities. That's what I was mentioning. The karma means like activities according to the varna and ashrama. So there is principles of, for men there is principles of varna dharma, ashrama dharma. For the women there is Stri dharma is there. So when that is followed, so then we remain neutral in the spiritual this one. Materially, like okay, so when we follow the karma, when we follow these principles very nicely, So it also produces material, flourishing. No, you actually flourish materially. But then if you perform nishkama karma, that means you don't have desire for progressing in the material world, or deepening the roots in the material world. You just simply want to do that because that's the safest thing. No, so because I have got a human body, and I can only devote certain amount of time in my devotional service, and the rest of the time I have to spend dharmically, and I don't have desire to deepen my roots in the material world. So then the activities of karma will also produce jnana, rather than producing material, material facilities. It will start producing jnana. It will start assisting the Krishna consciousness actually. So in that way it happens.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji, thank you for the lovely class, Guruji. Guruji, I've had this doubt for a long time. So when Vishnu glances on the universe, he impregnates the universe, and life is formed. Each universe has a Brahma. Our universe has three-headed Brahma. Like that, there are other universes also where he impregnates, he glances. So, like how or what basis is living entity chosen to live in a particular universe?
This one of Karanam Guna Sangosya, like what kinds of material modes of nature that he has acquired, and according to him, like now whatever activities we are doing, so these are all creating a subtle impact on our subtle body, and based on the size of the subtle body, our next destination is already been worked out. So just like it is mentioned that how a worm, it shifts from one leaf to another leaf. So very, very carefully, it keeps the legs on the another leaf, and then it lifts the legs from this particular leaf. Safely it lands into the next leaf. In the same way, when we are doing our activities in this life now, we are already, our next life is getting planned, where we will take birth and what kind of situation. And you are doing this kind of karma, that means that kind of parents have to be arranged there. All these things have to be made. So the Lord is doing all these arrangements, and wherever the ideal situation, your karma is actually taking to, the constitution of your subtle body is taking to, you'll be attracted to that location, and you will go there.
Technically, all these universes, they look the same, they have the same coding system.
I don't know. After I see that, I will let you know. Because how does it look? I don't know. I know. I don't have information about this. I have not come across that.
See, we have this, like how this Brahmati was described. We have the description of Goloka, the way it's described.
Yeah. Constitution of Goloka is described.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Like you were saying, 90% the powerful medicine and the 10% water. That's a material.
No, generally the life is like some 10% of medicine and 90% water. 1% medicine. Yeah.
So whatever percentage that is material, right? Krishna, we need to fully devote to that, right?
Yeah.
We need to dedicate to the medicine, so much we need to dedicate to that. And if it is a small percentage, we need to dedicate, right?
Yeah.
Without seeing the result, we need to dedicate, right? So is it you were asking earlier for this PhD and all that. So if we are, that 10% should be the best, right? That's a like if we are doing a Grihastha, we need to dedicate.
See, whatever best is there, it should be like we should do it dharmically. That is very, very important. So, like not hook or crook, not circumventing some rules and regulations of the scriptures. no, we should do dharmic activities. No? So that is very important. It's not that no, I am a devotee, so now no, I can break the traffic rules, or I can no break certain no this ones and things like that. So we should see that like even the rules and regulations of the society, no, that also must be followed. So only we have the right to overrule if it actually affects a higher rule, no, in the Vedic system. No, so till then, all the rules and regulations must be followed, and a dharmic life must be led. So best if you are able to do, or if you are not able to do best, that is not taken so much into consideration in the Vedic system. So what is taken into consideration is, have you led a dharmic life? No, that is what is the consideration. If you, the modern system of this one is like if you are successful or not is evaluated based on how much you could able to move this world, how much results you could produce in this world. So that is estimated as success. In the Vedic system, the success is measured based on how much you resisted adharmic activity, how much you stick down to the path of dharma. So that is taken as the this one principle, or taken as the success measure. Yes. They are below the 14 planetary systems. There are different, that is in the 5th canto it will come. After the description of 14 planetary system, there are varieties of hellish planets that are there below this one 14 planetary system. Excessive sin. When there is excessive sin, that is there in the scriptures. So when you perform such kind of very, very excessive sinful activity, so then they are attracted to the hellish planets. And then if there is a mediocre sin is there, so then lower species and the lower planets and things like that, it can possibly handle. But hellish planets means like extreme treatment, extreme treatment. So that is necessary for extremely sinful people, like that.
But Prabhu, let's say if somebody goes to hell, can he then come back?
Yeah. थोड़ा ज्यादा पाप जो है उतार के भेज देंगे.
So we were discussing 50% different percentage of devotional service and dharmic activities. So in dharmic activities is different karma, jnana, bhakti comes under dharma.
Yeah, it's all in the bracket of dharma. So bhakti is paro dharma, the highest dharma.
But when you do karma and jnana, so again we need to take birth again.
Yeah.
But, so the devotional service is one way. But
karma means very, very slow process, and jnana means little fast. Little fast means he will aim to attain liberation after maybe 1,000 lifetimes or something like that. That's considered to be fast, in the this one. And the karma means millions of lifetimes. The karma yoga perfection actually comes, and bhakti yoga means within a lifetime, a person can expect the results. So like that.
So again, the neutral activities, neutral we are saying is neutral, but it make us to be in the cycle of Panathur.
Materially, it will produce things. Spiritually, it is neutral. So we were, two parameters are there: material progress and spiritual progress. The karma will contribute to your material progress, right? If you have sakama karma, if you have desire to progress in material world, and if you perform karmic activities like the varnashrama duties properly, so then it will contribute to your material growth. But there is another way of karma is there. You perform the varnashrama duties, but you don't have desire for growth in the material world. Your desire is for producing it's system, right? That is nishkama karma.
Go to the next level.
Yeah. Right.
When we speak about Sri Dharma, even Sri Dharma can be called as can be a path in Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah, see, bhakti has to be performed like this. So bhakti means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, and all those things. If I can do 24/7, just simply chant, that is one form of bhakti. If not, what is the other form? So like how much ever percentage of time it's possible you perform, and then rest of the time you should spend in the dharmic activities. Dharmic activities means according to whatever kind of position I am in. So I have a certain dharma to perform. So when I perform that, so that package is called also as a as this one. It's like, see, if you give a tonic 100%, that is also medicine only. And if you give a tonic 90% and then no little bit you add some honey or no water, that is also medicine only. That's also bhakti, but it is little diluted bhakti. No, like that.
Sri Dharma includes like taking care of household
Yeah, yeah.
members.
Mm.
And if those members are devotees, so serving them like cooking for them doesn't become
So, what is the attitude? No, that is important. So, this is my family, that's why I'm serving. So, then it's a different result. Or these are all devotees, that's why I'm serving, that's a different result. So, action itself doesn't determine, like, what is the attitude, that also matters. Hmm.
So Mahatattva means
Mahatattva means sum total of all material energy. So now we see like Kartal is there, mobile is there, all these things are there. These are differentiated material energy. So when all of them put together, like no, just put mash and then no, have one object, that is like Mahatattva. So non-differentiated material energy. So after that, when creation happens, from that source, all the ingredients are kept. No, like before construction, no, like all the sand, no jelly and no cement and everything is kept in one place. So that's like Mahatattva, you know. So after that, when it takes shape of a building, so that is proper creation. You know, like that.
So Mahatattva can be called as material cosmos.
Sum total of material energy. Okay. Okay, Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming.